The final Bundesliga game of 2017 saw Leipzig take on Hertha Berlin. Davy Selke got a start for Berlin against the side he left the previous summer, a side he'd helped gain promotion to the top flight in 2016. Berlin lost their only two fixtures ever against the hosts in the previous season, but this season they made business right from the whistle. Davy Selke scored 14 goals in his time at Leipzig, but after just 6 minutes he scored his first goal against his former employers. Just a minute later, though, a challenge involving Jordan Torunariga and Leipzig top scorer Timo Werner resulted in the former being given a straight red card by referee Frank Willenborg. His dismissal seemed to have pushed the game firmly into Leipzig's hands. But the sending off seemed to galvanise Hertha's spirit, and to Leipzig's great surprise, they doubled their lead just past the half-hour mark through a thumping Salomon Kalou effort, only the third headed goal that Leipzig had conceded. Leipzig reacted shocked at first, but pushed Berlin back as they sought to get back into the game. Diego Demmer rattled the aluminium as the first 45 drew to a close. And just 144 kilometres away for the Berlin travelling fans, it was the shortest away trip of the year. As the second half progressed, Leipzig went on the attack, but predictably found themselves open to counter-attacks. And 10-man Berlin had had one or two before Leipzig old boy Selke got his second of the game 51 minutes in. That fired Leipzig's urgency, and captain Willi Orban finally struck for the home side with just over 20 minutes to play. His second goal of the season set up a grandstand whirlwind finish, with Berlin weathering an absolute onslaught from the home team. In the 90th minute, Leipzig reduced the deficit to 1 when Marcel Halstenberg got on the end of a Diego Demmer cross to bravely head home his second ever Bundesliga goal. But it was too late to save a point, and in a dramatic game, Berlin ran out worthy 3-2 winners.
Recent form and head-to-head history was on Leverkusen's side going into this one, and the visitors took the lead early on through a very nice strike from Julian Brandt, which made it 22 Bundesliga games running that they'd scored in. But their celebrations didn't last long. Just 72 seconds to be precise, as Ilas Bebu produced a very nice finish of his own to bag his 5th Bundesliga goal of the season. It was also the first one Hanover had scored from open play since early November. And the hosts were ahead midway through the half when referee Søren Storks decided Jonathan Tah had fouled Felix Klaus after an on-field review, and Niklas Füllkrug stuck away the resulting penalty. The scores were level once again just minutes after this, though, as sloppy play from Salif Saneh allowed Karim Bellarabi to tee up Admir Mehmedi, who then had an early Christmas present from Hanover keeper Philipp Chauner. Defensive errors were commonplace throughout the game, and another mistake led to Hanover retaking the lead on the stroke of half-time, as Brandt's loose pass was seized upon by Pirim Schwegler, and Füllkrug then presented Klaus with the chance to beat Bernd Leno with the aid of a slight deflection, in what was the kind of game on every football fan's Christmas list. Leverkusen coach Heiko Herrlich reacted by making a double change at half-time, with Dominic Kor and Leon Bailey coming on, and Bailey took less than 2 minutes to make an impact. Hanover had conceded more goals on the break than anyone else in the Bundesliga, and from their own corner, Kai Havertz and Mehmedi combined to put Bailey through, and the Jamaican was clinical once again to make it 4-3 midway through the second half. Bailey and a few other Leverkusen players then wasted chances to wrap up the points, and the visitors were made to pay with 6 minutes to go when Julian Korb scrambled the ball home in the joint highest scoring match in the Bundesliga this season.